Today, you're going to learn how to read a loan estimate. Let's bring in the big guns and show you how this is done.
All right, let's get started. I know that there are a lot of numbers in loan estimates. It seems really confusing, but I'm going to break everything down for you and make it really easy. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to look at, you'll see right here and right here, we've got the sales price and the loan amount. Got the interest rate, and then this only matters if we go here and see if it's locked or not. So this one is locked. Now, sometimes loan officers don't lock things right away, especially if they know that you're shopping, because then your 30-day clock starts. So we're limited on time. We have to really hustle. But that'll tell you if you are or not. And then here is the date. Another thing to pay attention to up here is the loan types. So we have conventional, FHA, VA. As you can tell, conventional is marked. All right, so the next important thing is your monthly principal and interest. So we've got that right here. And then also it comes down here. Okay, so then this is something that gets, people all confused all the time. So we have your, escrow account, which is your taxes and insurance, mortgage insurance if applicable. And then you have this number, which is your total monthly payment, right? So that part is great. But then there's this number right here. And everyone's like, is that added on to this number? How does this work? And all this is it's showing you the total of your loan. So we've got, if you have an HOA, solar panels, anything like that, that you're paying outside of your loan, that's included here just to give you an idea of the total cost of you owning this house. And in this case, you're just adding this number, the 955 to the 310, and that is the total cost of everything. But really, your mortgage payment is this number right here. It gets super confusing. I'm not sure why they didn't, specify that a little bit better. But if you do look here, it says like HOA dues in escrow. No. So that's how you know whether it's part of your mortgage or not. Okay, so then we've got prepayment, balloon, all of that stuff. We don't really see that very much anymore in loans, but if you're concerned about it, it is right here. Okay, so we've got prepayment penalty, balloon penalty, no, and no. And then your total estimated closing costs. This loan happens to be $58.45 and the cash to close $305,845. So you might be saying like, oh my gosh, where are these charges coming from? That's where we have this page. Okay, so when you're comparing loans, especially a purchase, you're really going to be looking at Section A. So Section A is going to have discount points, underwriting fees, processing fees, origination fees, whatever the case may be. And so you want to take that number. In this case, the total amount of points was $148. So if you're comparing loan estimates for a purchase, you're going to be looking at Section A and then Section J. So Section J is lender credits. Sometimes there is a credit for the rate, but there might be origination fees, whatever the case may be. So you balance those numbers out together, and that's how you know which one is going to be a better deal. Now on a refinance, we're going to add in one extra step, and that is Section C, services you can shop for. Now this is title. So title fees, the reason why you are looking for a difference between a refinance and a purchase is a purchase, we as lenders don't choose your title company. That's between you and your real estate agent. That's part of your contract. We go along with whatever that is. And so every single lender, whether we're estimating or not from the very beginning, at the end, these numbers are going to be the same across every lender because we have to use that title company and their fees. Now on a refinance, typically the lender chooses which title company we're going to use. So if you have a refinance, you're going to also want to look at this number in Section C and compare the two between the lenders, because if one lender is using a title company that costs a lot more than another, that's where some costs can incur. Another thing that we're going to look at, Section B. So right here, we've got Section B, services you cannot shop for. Appraisal, credit report, some lenders have tax, flood certs. So this number is also important to look at on a refinance or a purchase too. And one thing to keep in mind. So I already told you that title costs, if you're a purchase, it's going to be the same across all lenders. Now this is where things get tricky, is if you look at section F and section G. We hear all the time people coming, especially for refinances, saying, well, this lender's numbers are so much less than yours. Well, typically, and you can compare them side by side, it's that one of the lenders is underestimating this escrow account, right? So this is your homeowner's insurance. You pick this policy. This is your policy. And these property taxes, those are your property taxes for your specific property. So those aren't supposed to change between lenders. Now, some like to be tricky, like mostly online lenders, and they'll tell you, like they'll maybe say, oh, we only need 1 month for homeowners insurance and we need 3 months for property taxes. And then your cash to close is so much less. So you think that it's a good deal, but it's not. If your escrow account is too short, then you're going to pay for it later. These are your taxes, your insurance. It does have to be paid. So that's why, like I said earlier, when you're comparing loan estimates, you really mainly want to pay attention to sections A, B, and C. I know that that's a lot. It's a lot of numbers. It's a lot that we're throwing at you. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you have gotten a quote and you're not sure if it's a great deal or not, we're happy to look at it for you, compare numbers, see if we can help, or even to just tell you, hey, you've got a great deal. We want to make sure that you're taken care of no matter who's doing it. So if you have any questions, just let us know.